In this video we'll be going through the basic features in Norfolk. More complex features will be covered in their own videos. All those videos can be found under the help button. Firstly, we have marking sheets. Marking sheets allows you to store marking sheets or rubrics that you can then insert into any open document. So we've got the menu marking sheets here. You can insert a marking sheet at a cursor position, insert it at the top of the document or the end of the document. It's recommended that you don't use the first feature, as pagination and the structure of the document can be affected. So firstly, we want to create our own marking sheet. So let's open a new document. You can create your marking sheet as you would any other Word document. In this case, I'll just put in an example here. Once you've completed it, you just simply select everything, click Save Selection as Marking Sheet, provide it a name, and then you can pick a category if you like. The default category is My Marking Sheets. This is fine if you've only got a couple, but if you've got lots of marking sheets you're wanting to store, you might want to choose your own category. We'll click Add. That's now stored and can be put into any new file. So let's open a file. Got a file here, and let's insert it at the top of the document. Next up under marking sheets, we have Advanced Rubric Developer, which is covered in a separate video, Bulk Rubric Creator, and Select One-Click Rubric Insert. This feature allows you to select a rubric and an insertion point so that you can just simply click once and have that repeat that action. So this is particularly handy if you're doing a whole heap of marking in one assignment. Instead of having to continue to come under this menu, pick the rubric and the placement, it can do that for you. So let's click on that. We can pick a standard marking sheet and the one that we've just created, assignment 4. And then we can pick the top or the end of the document, in this case the top. Then we just click Save Selection for one-click insert. Now any new file that we open, we can simply click on Norfolk and click on one-click rubric insert, and it will repeat that. Next up under marking sheets, we have Reactivate Rubric Editing. What that allows you to do is if you've got an advanced rubric that does marking calculation and color coding, if you've completed your marking and you've saved it, the smarts that allow the color coding and the calculation to work will be stripped out so that students aren't prompted with security prompts. So to be able to enable those features again, you can click on Reactivate Rubric Editing. Lastly, under this menu, we have Remove Rubrics or Marks. What that will allow you to do is to delete any marking sheets or marks that you've stored. We have the Rubric Developer button here. This will just show some of the features that are already under marking sheets, just a bit more convenient. Next up, we have My Feedback. My Feedback is to allow you to store any comment banks that you'd like, so pieces of feedback that you use over and over again. So let's imagine this is a comment that we want to store. You simply select the comment, Save Selection as Comment, provide it a name. It will try and predict what the name is based on the text there. And again, you can store it under a category. If you have categories such as referencing or presentation, you could create those little categories, which are like folders, and then you can store those comments in there. In this case, I'll just store it under My Feedback. Click Save Selection to My Feedback. That's now stored. So now we can reuse that feedback in any open document. So I'll just select something I'd like to talk about. Click My Feedback. You have two options here. You can either insert it as text, which is simply a paste, or insert it as a comment. In this case, I'll insert it as a comment. And you can see there, it's put it as a comment in the right hand side. We could also create some space here and insert it as text. So we just go My Feedback, insert as text, and comment 1, and it will paste that in there. Next up, we have View Rubric and Return to Document. What this does is allows you to easily navigate between a certain part in the assignment where you're marking and the rubric itself, so you can jump back and forth. So we've inserted the marking sheet up here. We'll go down to a part of the assignment, click View Rubric, it will jump to the top, then we can click Return to Document and it will go back to where we were. Next up, we have a few features that are already built within Word that we've just brought forward here for easy convenience. We've got Track Changes, New Comment, Shapes, Page Orientation, Bold, Italic, Underline, Strike Through, Highlighter, Text Color, Bulleting, Format Painter, and Tables. Next up, we've got some little feedback options here. So all of these are contextual based on where you've clicked. So if I click here, and put in a little speech bubble that will go near that. The same with thought bubbles and sticky notes. I'll scroll down here to show some more. And brackets. Ticks. Underline. And arrows. What you can do is, if you'd like to create your own marking feedback, you can certainly do that. For example, if I wanted to see this tick box over in the left instead of the right, we can simply select that, go copy, we'll open a new document, we'll paste that in, we can move this over to this side, and go back to Norfolk, and go save custom object, and then you can pick number 1 there. We can pick a name for it, so we can put my sticky, go save. Now that's stored, and so this will now be available in any open document. So if we scroll down here, my sticky is shown in the left. Custom objects can be anything. They could be text, they could be an object, they can be an image, or anything really. All of these custom objects are also keyboard shortcutted. So if we wander over these, you can see in there it's got keyboard shortcut of Control-Shift-1 to 6. And also, if you click on this little button here, you can pick up to 12 custom objects. So that will now show 12. And I can reduce that back to 6 by unticking that and saving. It all just depends on how much space you have on the page and how much you use that feature as to whether you want to enable that or not. Next up, we have audio comments. Audio comments are covered in their own videos, so just check out help there for that. Save marked document. What this will do is, one, if you're using EASE, you can save the marks, and if we click save document there, it will also put the word marked at the end, which is required by EASE when you save it, and it allows you to save as PDF, or that one just relates to audio documents if you've used that feature. You can export the marks. Again, that's covered within its own video. And finally, we have the help, which provides links to the help website and various videos, including this one. Feedback, that allows you to provide us any feedback on the tool. Register for updates, which will give you any version updates that we're working on when they come out. And import export Norfolk data. Again, this is covered in its own video. Lastly, a new feature that we've just added. If you click on this little button here, it allows you to remove certain features from Norfolk so that the screen real estate's smaller. So for example, if you don't use audio at the moment, you can untick that. If you don't use screen management, you can untick that, or rubrics. And we click save, and then this menu is smaller. Particularly if you're using a laptop, that's a handy feature, and you can always turn on the features again later if you'd like to. As always, if you'd like to provide us any feedback, certainly click on this button and provide us an email, and we'll get back to you when we can. Thanks for watching.